what is fair? I've recently went to another country where I did some digging on like what the injury consequences were on, say, other drivers or stores and stuff like that. And it's radically different from the system that we have here in the United States. And it's basically that there is no way to recover money when you're injured, right? And the truth about getting injured in the United States is that you need to have a tort, meaning like that somebody has to have done something to you that legally justifies action against them. And you also have to have damages and then an available pot of money to go after. So there are a lot of conditions that need to be present in order to bring a successful personal injury case. But the truth is that most injuries that people go through, there is no available pot of money to go after. What we have is sort of like a network set up over certain things that are inherently dangerous enough and common enough that the insurance industry has filled in this gap of risk. And that gap of risk is most obvious, say, in car travel. Everybody, all 50 states in the United States of America, you have to carry car insurance because driving a car is inherently dangerous enough and it's common enough that it causes people enough damage that all the state legislatures came together and said, we're going to make this be something that we force upon people to have because it's risky enough and dangerous enough and causes enough mayhem and financial instability in people's lives that we want to guarantee that something is available to recover financially for people. Same thing in hospitals. They all carry malpractice insurance. Lawyers have to carry malpractice insurance. There's certain industries that the insurance industry has to come in and supply policies to people because it's a matter of law. Like you're in violation of the actual law if you don't carry a policy because what the work that you're engaged in is so risky to other people that you have to have a guaranteed amount of money to cover that risk, and you do that through an insurance policy. So whether or not it's fair that Tracy Morgan gets tens of millions of dollars for his trucking injury he had in the Walmart case versus somebody that's rock climbing, falls down a cliff and becomes paralyzed for the rest of their life, they get nothing, right? It's an interesting kind of thought experiment. What it shows is that we're all trying to figure out what it is that we need to guarantee for people and what it is that is something that's just a risk of life that you have to accept, right? And the fact that, for example, car travel is something that everybody got together and said, okay, this activity is dangerous enough that we need to guarantee something being available. What that means is something's available. If you've been in a car accident that's no fault of your own, there's money on the table available for you to be compensated to attempt to make you whole. And the size of that insurance policy is dictated by the amount of available coverage of insurance. So if you get in a car accident with a tractor trailer, they're going to have a really big policy because they're operating giant machinery that kills people all the time. If you get into a car accident with a little old lady who has the state minimum coverage, depending on what your state you're in, it could be a very small amount of money. But these are a way to mitigate the damage financially for people that we have decided is important enough to make money be available, make it be available by making it be illegal to not carry the coverage. And what this is supposed to do is make engaging in these activities that everybody engages in a little bit safer by guaranteeing the money through the insurance coverage. So understanding how that works on like a macro level and thinking about it is something I do because it's my line of work very often. And explaining the nuances of it to other people is, let's say, difficult because there's so much out there that people get confused by. They either think every personal injury case is this frivolous nonsense thing that's being advanced by some scumbag lawyer, or they want to be on the side of the scumbag lawyer. But that's not the truth. Like the truth is when somebody gets injured and their life gets turned upside down, if there's money available to be had, you shouldn't leave it on the table. It's nonsense and it's stupid. And the reason that we've set up certain aspects of life to be protected is because it is that big of a risk and it's that common enough of a problem that we've guaranteed there being that money available in case something goes wrong with a doctor or a car or, any number of other activities, slip and fall in a store, whatever it happens to be. So understanding why our society has grown into having all these insurance policies be available for these kinds of things is important to understand what it means to bring a claim against it. Like even the idea of I'm going to sue so-and-so for my car accident. When someone says, if I sue them, there's this implicit sort of notion that like you're bringing forward with this suit all this this nonsense as a part of the claim. And by nonsense, what I mean is like stuff that nobody should take seriously, that it's frivolous, that you're just whining and you're just looking for a payday. But the truth is, like, there are so many people that legitimately get their lives turned upside down and inside out by significant injuries from all kinds of different things, that thank God there's money available to like at least try to right the ship a little bit in their lives. So understanding how the insurance industry works, why there's guaranteed money available to certain classes of activities that people engage in is kind of fundamental, I think, to just getting people to understand why leaving money on the table would be stupid and pursuing a claim is worth it.